right. Well, you guys, welcome back. If you are new here, we are the Habyt team. The Habyt is a nutrition coaching company made for women by women. Our program is built for you with coaches who put your goals, lifestyle, and personality first. If you want to learn more about us, head to the episode notes or go to thehabyt.com. That's Habyt with a Y to either request more information or book your free discovery call.
Welcome back to the Habyt podcast. We've got Coach Morgan and Coach Kristen Kraft on the mic today. We are doing a fun episode. This is going to be hot takes with your Habyt coaches. So hot takes basically are like unpopular opinions or just kind of pet peeves that Kristen and I have, and they're totally meant to be like lighthearted, just funny, just little quirks that we have about, health and fitness related things. So Kristen, you can start us off with your first one.
Yeah. So my first one that I was thinking of was your Apple Watch is stressing you out. And I say this as I am wearing my own Apple Watch. And I do like it, but it's like a love-hate relationship because I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people that are upset when either their watch doesn't pick up their steps or their watch dies or for whatever reason they didn't close their rings or something. And it makes you feel like it didn't count. Like I think we're all a little bit of perfectionists and we like to see the check mark, but it definitely puts added stress and you kind of forget what the reason of it is, and it's just to get more movement. So from that standpoint, I do like it because it reminds you to get up and move, or, if I see early on in my day or at lunchtime, I only have a few thousand steps, I'm going to get up and move more. But overall, I think it adds a layer of stress for sure to people.
Yeah, definitely. And I've struggled with that too, where I was, in the grocery store walking and trying to make sure I swing my arm and push my grocery cart. It's literally stressful doing that in the freaking grocery store.
It's so hard to do.
And so silly, first of all.
And pushing a stroller for me, I am always pushing it with one arm, and it my right arm is probably going to be stronger than my left eventually because I'm pushing a stroller with my right arm all the time just to get the steps.
I know. Yeah, it's so silly.
I also think it adds stress, and this is kind of a random thing with it, but I have started turning mine on airplane mode because I feel like the constant notifications are also not good for our brain. And it's we don't even think of that as a stressor, but it's all day you're getting these notifications and it's adding to your to-do list almost too.
Yeah. I think I might have shut my notifications off on my Apple Watch because it was stressing me out, because I think there's one that's hey, Morgan, you haven't stood up in 30 minutes or whatever. You should just stand up. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. But yeah, it definitely can stress you out if you let it. But I think there's a good balance. I try to have maybe a day or two throughout the week where I'm okay, I'm just gonna leave the Apple Watch on my charger, not worry about it. Just really don't want to think about how many steps exactly do I have, and instead think about, all right, I need to get up a couple of times throughout my work day, go for a walk, move around, because like you said, the whole point is to just move your body more and not be sedentary. So yeah, that's definitely one that Apple Watches can really stress you out more than help sometimes.
I should do that too. I haven't done that, but I should do that and just leave it on the charger, because I feel like it kind of makes you lose touch with your body in a way. Same thing with the Aura ring and stuff. I know I've gone back and forth about getting it, and then I'm kind of what would I do differently with the information? I don't know. Why do I have to know every single data piece I'm a robot?
And I've gone back and forth with it too, and I know the sleep tracking is supposed to be really good. It tells you your sleep score and all of that, but most of the time I know if I sleep like crap. I'm yeah, that wasn't great.
I know. It's I know the things that I'm doing when I get poor sleep most of the time, but I choose to do them anyway sometimes.
Yep. That's definitely a big one. Okay, so I have one that it's kind of a trend right now, and I don't know if you've heard of it, but I feel like some people will definitely know what I'm talking about. It's one that I've heard the last probably year or so, but it's basically hot girls have tummy issues or tummy problems. And have you heard of that? Okay. Yes. So that has...
Yes, and I think it's so bizarre
because I see it all the time, especially on TikTok. I think it's also with the younger generation. It's kind of one of those things where it's almost become a personality trait or a characteristic. And it's kind of supposed to be cute and funny, oh, my stomach hurts, that kind of thing. And it's to the point, like, if your stomach constantly hurts after you eat, that is a red flag. Like, there's something else going on in the gut with your digestive system that is really, really off, that actually should raise some concern for you to, change up what you're eating, how you're eating, and maybe, take a deeper look at that. But that one drives me crazy whenever I see it. And I also have had interactions with, different girls and stuff where, like, one girl, she was like, I try to stay gluten-free, no dairy, and just named off all these things. And she's like, hot girls have tummy problems. And I'm like, oh, like, that sounds terrible.
Like, no, they really shouldn't.
Yeah, that's actually not a good thing. But
yeah, I feel like it's just one of the many things that we like common doesn't equal normal, and we just normalize it because everybody has it. But it's like, no, you're not supposed to live with digestion issues. You should be able, even like I know a lot of people have to do it, but the gluten-free, dairy-free, like all of the things that you have to avoid, like there's a reason behind it. So you got to look into the why behind it.
Yeah. And what a terrible way to live too, where your stomach just constantly hurts. Like, if that's happening, if that's happening to me, I'm wanting to figure out, okay, why is this happening? I know it's something to do with what I'm eating or, stress factor. There's something going on that's a deeper level than just like, oh, my stomach hurts, that kind of thing. So that's a big
I
pet peeve
think, I don't know. It's
for me.
I guess it's like a complicated thing to figure out
Definitely.
because there are so many things it could
Oh,
be.
for
So
sure.
maybe people play it off as like, oh,
Yeah.
like a joke
Mhm.
almost, but I can't stand it either. It's definitely not
Yeah.
normal.
And that's probably, me hearing that as a nutrition coach, and probably you too, but like, someone is trying to play it off as a joke. And I think that's how a lot of people like cope with different things, is kind of joke about it and things like that, where I have to literally tell myself in my head, like, they're just joking. Like, just laugh. It's funny, not like this is an opportunity to like explain why their stomach is hurting. They may not want that. So it's just one of those things though that is a pet peeve for me. I'm like, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like you said, it could be stress.
Yep.
It could be your diet.
Mhm.
It could be your gut bacteria is
Yeah.
off. Like so many different things it could be, but it's the one thing that it's not is normal.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We're cute. In my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely not cute. I don't know what about that would
Yep.
be cute, but
Uh,
I don't understand the younger TikTokers in that.
yeah. Some
in
things
that
I'm
way.
like, yep, no, I'm a millennial. I don't get that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the next one that I was thinking about that I could not agree less with is that lifting heavy makes you bulky.
Mm-mm.
And I hear that from so many women. And I do think that, like, compared to when I was, say, in my 20s, I'm 35 now,
Mhm.
we've shifted somewhat from cardio. Like, when I first started working out, I never thought about really lifting weights. I would do like cycling and cardio stuff. So I think we've shifted somewhat from that, but I think there is still such a big fear around lifting weights and lifting heavy weights. I
Yeah.
think women really underestimate what they can lift.
For sure.
And with the bulkiness, there is some like truth to it, I guess, where I don't know if you've experienced this, but especially with like a really hard leg day, my legs will feel like cinder blocks because they're retaining water. And I think also you can feel bulky if, say, you're eating in a surplus and you have body fat and you're building muscle on top of it. So you might feel a little bit bulkier until you shed that body fat.
Right.
But overall, like if I could go back and tell my younger self something or tell any 20-something, like the best thing I think you can establish doing at that time is lifting weights. I think that's like the most beneficial thing, especially if you can establish the routine early on.
Yeah. And kind of going along with that, like the part where you're like, if you feel bulky, it's probably the muscle plus the body fat that you got. That's where that bulkiness, where, some women maybe look a little bulkier or feel bulkier, is because it's a body fat issue most of the time, not a muscle issue. Having a lot of muscle, that's a great thing for aesthetics and for health later on in life, but it's more the body fat part. And one thing that kind of is just kind of a trigger for me, I guess, is where someone says, I don't want to get bulky, but like I want to look toned. And I'm like, okay, same process though. We still have to be lifting weights. Toned is just where you've now gotten rid of enough body fat where you actually see mostly muscle, and don't have that excess body fat where you look bulkier or feel bulkier. So yeah, I get that one a lot too. A lot of women
I
struggle with
also
it.
wonder if men everywhere just laugh at us when women say
I know.
that, because men like will try to build muscle for
Yeah.
years and
Mm-hmm.
years. And even I can say
Yeah.
myself, like I've been trying to build muscle in my lower body. It is
It's
hard to
hard.
build
Yeah.
true muscle. Like it doesn't just happen overnight,
Yeah. Or
that's
on
for sure.
accident, like, oh shoot, I lifted for 2 weeks and got bulky. Like, no, that's not happening. There's no way.
Right. Yeah, that's some water
Mm-hmm.
retention. And I also think I mentioned this earlier, but like women really underestimate what they can lift. And I will see a lot of moms scared to pick up more than like a 10-pound weight, but then their kids weigh, 20, 30 pounds and they're carrying them around all day. It's like, you can lift heavy things, I promise you. Actually, just last night, have you ever heard of the show Special Forces?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been watching that. If you haven't heard of it, it's like celebrities and past athletes mostly. And they do like military training things that are supposed to be really hard mentally and physically. And the one that we watched last night, I think she was maybe a surfer, I want to say, but they had to do this challenge where they were like hiking with, I think, 40 pounds on their back. And a lot of even like the college football and pro football athletes were struggling. This woman was crushing it. And she said that the way she prepared was she has like 2 little boys and she wore them on her back, and that's how she prepared for it. And she crushed it. But it's like, we do that all the time. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm holding 1 or 2 kids,
Mm-hmm.
pulling groceries in,
Exactly.
like
Yep.
all the things.
Yep.
And then we go like think that we can't
Yeah,
lift
and then
heavy
we-
weights. Like we can lift
Yeah.
heavy things. We do it all
Yeah,
the time.
constantly. And the fact that you're lifting lighter in your workout, I'm like, you're almost kind of doing it backwards. We need to be lifting heavier so we can, continue to pick the kids up, continue to carry the groceries in, all of that. I actually had that realization the other day. I don't have kids, but I was thinking about it as I was getting my groceries. And I am one that I try to get like the groceries either all in one thing,
Same.
like haul.
It's a toxic
Yes,
trait.
all in one haul, or maybe 2 if I have to. And I'm not joking. Like, I probably have like 30 to 40 pounds on each arm. And I'm like bracing myself walking in the door. And I'm like, this is why I do it. So I can get into the house and not have to make a million trips outside. So yes, if you can lift your 30-pound child.
Things so you can carry.
Yes.
Yeah. So you only have to take one
Yep.
trip carrying your groceries in. Lift
Yes.
heavy.
And if you don't want to
prepare
get
for it.
bulky, that means you might need to do a calorie deficit, continue to lift weights, and that bulky stage isn't going to happen. You don't have to worry about it. So, okay, my next one, this one you may disagree with, I don't know, but it's supersets in the gym specifically. So I actually used to do this all the time. I did a program that everything was like a superset. And so I was in the gym, taking up 2 machines at one time and trying to like go back and forth between sets. If you don't know, a superset is basically where you do a set of one exercise and then you go to another exercise immediately and do that set, and just kind of flip-flop back and forth. And so it kind of creates an issue in the gym where you're taking up a couple of machines and it may look like you're not using one machine, so someone else tries to get on it, and it just like causes kind of some chaos in the gym. I've dealt with that. Now I don't do supersets ever really, and if I do, it's usually with like dumbbells or something where I can kind of be close to those items that I need instead of going across the gym for another exercise. But yeah, that's just one where I'm like, it's tough. Not that I have anything against actual supersets, the reasoning behind them. It's just in the gym, it's tough.
Okay, that's interesting because I've actually never thought about it in the gym. And now I'm trying to think, I don't think I do a lot of supersets in the gym. I think if I do, it's like what you just said, where like I can use the same dumbbells or I can have like 2 dumbbells. I do them at home, but I would not be like saving 2 machines or like something like that going back and forth. I like them for like, I don't know, more like cardio, like conditioning type work, but I don't think they're great, obviously, for really building muscle because you can't, if you're getting exhausted going from back-to-back exercises, you also are not really going to be able to push yourself to failure with both of the exercises. So
yeah,
I do some.
Right.
But yeah, I'd never really thought about it from a gym perspective. That would be annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying on both sides of it because, like I said, I used to do them all the time, and so then someone would get on a machine that I was, using, but I was on the other machine, and so then I was like, "Oh, crap, like, I was still using that, I'm not done, I still have another set," or whatever, or they would see me get off of one machine and be like, "Are you done with that?" And I'm like, "No, but I'm gonna do this one over here, don't get on that quite yet," and so it just causes a lot of, I don't know, kinda chaos a little bit in the gym, and so
Gotta
I'm
have
like,
some
I just
gym
don't do
etiquette.
'em.
I think
Yes, that's a big one, actually.
if I was doing like a workout program that had a superset, I probably wouldn't do the superset. I would just
Yeah,
do like
break them up.
3 sets and then because
Yep,
that's kind of
it's a pain. Yeah.
frowned upon. Let's see what else. I was thinking about ice baths and saunas. Are they worth the hype?
Ooh, okay, yes.
And I think this is another, like, not love-hate relationship, but I could see it go either way. I think
Mhm.
they both have benefits and, like, especially saunas. Those have been around for a long time. I think they've gained popularity because you have infrared saunas that are more popular now, and you have, like, the little boutique-y places that are popping up, and you can do stuff at home now, so I think they've gained popularity. I think if you don't have the foundational stuff, though, like your nutrition on point, your movement in, your sleep, like all of the things that you have to have no matter what, I think they're just like icing on the cake. So I do think they're beneficial from a weight loss standpoint. I mean, you're going to burn some calories because your body's heating up and you're sweating, but you're not going to burn that many calories. So from a weight loss standpoint, I wouldn't say so. Because you can eat back those calories in about 10 seconds, whatever you did
Yep.
burn. But I think they do have benefit, but I don't think they're like some magical pill.
No, definitely not. I completely agree with you. I was actually, thinking about that in my head while you were talking. It's kind of, I always go back to like the big rocks, like metaphor, where if you don't have the basics down, the little stuff like the sauna, the cold plunges, the nutrient timing, like all of that stuff, it doesn't do a lot of good if you're not doing the basics consistently. Yes, has a ton of benefits, potential benefits, but yeah, if you're not doing the basics, not really worth it.
Do you do either of them?
Do not. I honestly, I don't even know if I've actually done a sauna. I've done ice baths. I used to do those in high school. We would do those like after basketball practice and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever actually done a sauna. Have you?
I've done one ice bath. I did like it. Like I did feel like I had like a rush of endorphins after. I haven't done it since, so I obviously didn't like it that much, but I see the benefit in it. I would get in a sauna more than I would get in an ice bath because I feel like a sauna to me is just like more relaxing and I don't know, more of like a stress reliever for me. I did get in one a few weeks ago. Well, I think I lasted like 5 or 10 minutes, but I don't do them frequently.
Yeah. Our gym has a sauna in it, and my husband does it all the time. He goes in the sauna. He's actually pretty regimented with it, does it often, and I just never wanted to go in there. I don't know if it's more of like I'm shy. I'm like, I don't want to go in there and like sit with other people while they're sweating, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
And I'm like, maybe if I had my own like sauna, I would really get into it, but yeah, it doesn't.
I was going to say, if I
interest
had
me.
one in our house, I think I would do it.
Yeah.
I heard somebody talking about saunas actually, and even ice baths too,
Mhm.
which I thought was interesting because they were talking about like what we were saying. Both of them obviously do have benefits, but it's like all the benefits that we've kind of all the comforts that we've added, like, air conditioning and heating and like being inside all the time. Now we're paying for it in saunas and ice baths, and we're like paying these. I mean, they're pretty expensive. I have one down the street from me. They're pretty expensive, and it's like we're paying for something that we also pay to like
That's
be
so
out of our
true.
lives,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
No,
It's
totally.
like kind of a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, that is. That's funny.
Just going off on a tangent.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things like that in life, though. The things that we
Yeah,
pay
it's
for,
like
that's
kind of
already
weird, but
happening.
now we're like
Yeah.
paying double for it.
Yeah.
We're paying to take it away, and then we're paying to go because we're like,
Right.
okay, wait, it does have benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
if your nutrition's not there, if you're not sleeping, if you're not moving, it's not going to do anything
Yep.
from like a weight loss perspective. You got to have the foundational stuff first.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, my next one is pretty controversial, I feel like. And I don't know if I messaged you this one, but in my opinion, deadlifts are the worst exercise. I hate
don't
them.
agree at all. I love deadlifts. They're like one
I
of my
hate them.
favorite exercises.
Oh,
Really?
man. And it's probably because every time I feel like I'm like progressing in a deadlift, something is off. Like I feel like I have to have perfect form. And if I don't, like
Yeah.
I'll tweak my back, something will hurt and I can't do it. And so then I just feel stuck at like the same weight for so long. But it's probably more of a me thing in my technique. But
No,
yeah,
I
I
get
don't know.
that actually, because
It just drives
I'm
me
not
nuts.
like progressing my weight very quickly on them. Like I feel like it's like a minuscule pushing of my weights.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
it is really easy, like I feel like, to tweak your back if you don't have good
Mhm.
form. I just like them though. And I like doing like different versions of single leg deadlifts. And I love deadlifts.
I actually do like single leg deadlifts. I can do those. Like the B stance. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah,
done the B
I love
stance ones. I
those.
do actually really like those. But like the just traditional like deadlifts, I don't know. They just aren't my favorite, I guess.
Not for you.
Yep, not for me.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that one. Our
Yeah.
first one that we're really like opposite
I know.
on.
Yeah.
If it was Bulgarian split squats, I'm okay with. Most people say
Mm.
they hate those. My least favorite exercise is like a single leg sit to stand. Do you ever do
Oh,
those?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Those
I
are horrible.
despise
Yeah.
those. And
Yeah.
like they are so hard for me. They take it out of me. I hate them so much. But
Yeah.
deadlifts I would include in every workout
Really?
if I could.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, I
kind
like
of
'em.
opposite on, well, a little opposite. You said you are okay with Bulgarian split squats. I actually really like those. Those were
Do ya?
ones that I would actually put into like my rotation on a leg day almost every time. I feel like it's because I've really like mastered the technique, and so I feel good doing them. I can really, go quite a bit heavier now, and I've figured out, okay, how to make it quad focused, glute focused. I don't know, I just like them. So, and I can do them
Yeah,
with
they're not my
dumbbells too.
least favorite.
Yeah.
But they get a lot of hate. But
They do.
I'm
Yeah.
always more hateful of the single leg
Yeah.
squat or single leg sit to stand. I hate those with a
Yes. Yeah.
passion.
Yep. Those do suck. I don't like those
Yeah.
really at all.
Yeah. But deadlifts I'm okay with.
Yeah. I'll do them. They're just not my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My next one is that you give in to temptations just because you have poor willpower. And
Ooh.
I hear
That's a good
this
one.
one a lot too.
Mhm.
And I think on the one hand, you have to take some accountability. Obviously, like you're in control of your actions. But I also think that people don't make connections a lot of times, and we kind of set ourselves up for failure. So, like, for example, a lot of nurses that I work with, or when I was working in the hospital, there would always be stuff in the break room. And especially on night shift, it is really hard to not eat those things because you're not sleeping, your stress levels are high, like your circadian rhythm is all jacked up. So I'm a firm believer of like looking at the other stuff too. And if somebody's bringing stuff to the office all the time and you are having a hard time staying away from it, not just saying, okay, I don't have any willpower, but like asking yourself, okay, what are my stress levels? How did I sleep last night? What did I eat for breakfast this morning? Did you run out of the house with just a protein bar and a coffee? Like if you're doing that, you're kind of setting your day up to fail almost, and you're putting yourself in a poor position to make those decisions. You're going to be a lot more likely to cave to those temptations.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree with that. I kind of just struggled with that a little bit when I used to work in an office, just constantly having things in there. And it is hard. It's so hard because most of the time your coworkers are going to, say, did you, get any donuts, or did you get this? I brought this. You should try it. All of that. And it's hard whenever you're trying to, hit your macros and, go in with a good mindset and everything, or even just explain yourself. Because I feel like that is one of the worst parts of that is just saying like, listen, I'm trying to, accomplish this goal and blah, blah, blah. And then their opinion on it and everything. But yeah, that is really hard trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I saw it. Like I said, it would be like endless amounts of stuff in the hospital because patients would bring it in or like staff would bring it in. And it was next to impossible on night shift to not have it. Because like also when you're on night shift, those aren't that's the kind of food you want to eat is comfort food. But
Yeah.
I also will say, like, when I would bring food that I actually looked forward to and that had
Yes.
30 grams of protein each
Mhm.
meal, and like my blood sugars weren't like bouncing all over the place, it's a lot easier to not eat those foods.
Yep. Where you're very balanced, your nutrition, it's in a good spot. We're not, deficient in anything. It does make a huge difference. And I've had a
it
lot
makes
of clients
a huge difference.
really experience that. They're like, I'm not so like tempted to eat at night or overeat on things or go, crazy whenever I go out to eat or whatever, because I feel good. Like, you feel well fed, nutrients are in a good spot. Vitamins, minerals are probably in a much better spot too from eating more whole foods, that kind of thing. So it's pretty amazing once you are eating in a good place, you're consistent with it, that you don't really have those crazy cravings as much. They're still there, but not nearly as bad. It's much easier to navigate.
And I think, like, I don't know, when you're paying attention to your food, like, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I used to be a big smoothie person. And I've noticed with myself, and I've had a lot of clients say the same thing, that they cannot have a smoothie for breakfast or their appetite and their cravings like all afternoon and evening are out of control. And I'm the same way.
Okay, really?
And I don't know if it's just like, because I pack my smoothies with a lot of stuff. I don't know if it's just like not feeling mentally satisfied after just like drinking my breakfast or something.
Right.
I don't know, but
Yes.
just like picking up on little things like that. I know that if I have a smoothie for breakfast, I'm going to be a bottomless pit all afternoon.
Yep.
Versus like if I have a solid breakfast with eggs and chicken sausage and like sourdough toast avocado, I'm good.
Yeah. So I do think there is like a very like mental part of that, like chewing your food. I've actually seen a little bit on Instagram from other coaches kind of going over that, like drinking a protein shake with 30 grams of protein versus like eating a meal with 30 grams of protein. Yes, they are the same. They have the same amount of protein, but there's something about like physically chewing your food that is more like satisfying, I guess. And so that actually makes so much sense. I have definitely experienced that. So
yeah, for
being
sure.
able to chew the food. Okay. Let's see. I've got like, how many more do you have? Do you have just one more? Or is that your last one?
I don't know if I have any more.
Okay.
But
I've
I
got a
can
couple.
piggyback off yours.
Okay, cool. I started to think of some things and just writing them down. They're very silly. A lot of these are. Okay, so this one is cutting the skin off of kiwi is way too much work for the amount of fruit you actually get to eat. And I thought of this because I bought kiwis the other day from Costco, and some of the girls I work with at Prescott Bridal, they're always like, "You eat the skin of your kiwi? That's so gross." I'm like, it's just not worth like peeling it.
I don't think I've ever eaten the skin of a kiwi.
Oh my gosh. How do you eat it? Do you like peel it off or do you spoon it out?
Sometimes I peel it off, sometimes I spoon it out. Just
I literally just
what mood I'm in.
slice it and eat it. But I feel like I get, I don't know. I feel like I get more fiber from it. And then also like, again, it's kind of that chewing sensation where you have to like chew more, I guess. And it's, I don't know, I
Have
feel
you
like I'm
always
working
done
through it.
that?
I don't know. No.
Even as a kid, is that okay? I was gonna say
no.
maybe it's how you were raised on kiwis.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know you could eat the skin of a kiwi until, I don't know, 5 years ago, probably.
Yeah. I didn't either. And then I just tried it one day and I was like, that wasn't bad. It was a lot easier to
I
just
should
cut it up
try
and try it.
I don't know. I just always cut it off.
I know. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Also,
It's just a little fuzzy for me.
It is, but
There's, like,
you should do
little
the
hairs.
gold kiwis.
Those are so
much
good.
better. They don't have
Yeah,
so
those are
much
really
of like
good.
the little, it's not so like bristly. It's much easier to eat the skin
When
on it.
I was younger, we had kiwi spoons, or maybe they were like grapefruit spoons. I don't know. They had little, not like knife edge around it.
I think I know.
But they were made, So I
like scoop
that's
it out.
what we used. We did not, So we got
That's
pretty
so smart.
close to the skin, but we definitely didn't eat the skin.
Yeah. Well, just one of my little ticks. Okay, my next one, you'll agree with this one. Grunting and slamming weights in the gym. So
Most
freaking annoying. So annoying. Just being at the gym and you're, in the middle of your set or whatever, and all of a sudden just like 300-400 pounds just gets dropped on the floor and scares you to death. I hate it. It honestly makes me mad whenever it happens. I'm like,
so mad.
You could actually lower that a little bit. Plus, you need to slow down your eccentric because that's also part of, building muscle, not just dropping the weight.
Like, let me give you some pointers here.
Yeah, like, could you actually lower that a little slower and not slam it? Thank you. But yeah, it drives me
nothing
nuts.
makes me want to leave the gym faster than being next to somebody doing that. I can't stand it. And I've always kind of had an RBF face, and I can't always control my facial expressions.
No,
and I
same.
know when they're doing it, I am rolling my eyes at you, and I am just giving you a look of disgust.
Yep. And sometimes I catch myself off guard where I will literally like be like, what the heck? And like give them a disgusted look. And I'm like, I should probably control my facial expressions a little, but it's so annoying. And it's usually, I hate to say this, but the really jacked like dudes in the gym that are doing it to get attention. And I'm like, could you not?
And also, like, know your audience here. Like, I work out at the YMCA where a large portion is like 60 and older. Like, we're not doing that here. Go to a different gym where you can grunt and throw your weights around. Like, leave me and my elderly workout buddies alone.
That's so true. I guess I'm at kind of a gym where there's a lot of them like that. So, but the grunting is
ours
another
is just
level
every
too.
once in a while.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Which I was thinking about when we were in Philly and like the CrossFit people. I do get it. Like, I mean, some of those, speak of deadlifting, like the amount that those guys were deadlifting, you probably do have to grunt to do that. But again, like, the YMCA is not the place.
Yeah. It's the whole know your audience. You're so right on that. Like, going into a CrossFit gym, I know that people are going to be slamming weights around, and I'm totally up for it. It's totally fine. It's whenever I'm at the gym and it is quiet, and then all of a sudden it's just a huge slam. Like, that makes me so mad. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
It's so obnoxious.
But the other part of that is grunting. I can't take it. I hate it. And I think it's so unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I understand a little grunt if you're really, trying hard, lifting a heavier weight than you ever have, and a grunt comes out. But there's definitely people who just grunt on every rep. And it's uncomfortable because sometimes it sounds like weird and makes me a little uncomfortable. I'm like,
it always sounds weird.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop.
Yeah, that one, I totally agree with you. That's not for me.
Yep.
I don't think I hope I have never grunted.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever grunted. I think the one thing I've done is probably cussed. Like, if something's really heavy, I'll say, a cuss word, but grunt, that's just not coming out of my mouth. I don't know.
No,
just weird.
Same.
Makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay, I think that was
what
pretty
else you got?
much.
Anything else?
I mean, okay, no, this is kind of a good one. I don't know if you'll agree or not, but my last one. Protein desserts are not worth it. Just like the higher protein
Definitely
desserts.
not.
They just, they're a lot of work, I feel like, to add in like a protein powder to like brownies or something or cookies. And then they really take away from like the texture of and the taste of a dessert. Like, I'm one of the people that I'm going to work my day around a dessert if I really want it. And I'm going to have the real thing. And it's so much more convenient too, because like baking with protein powder, it's hard. Like, I've tried and it's a struggle. And they just don't ever turn out as good.
Another like piggyback on that I think people, and I don't even know, I don't hear about this one as much anymore, but the Ninja Creamy doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have one, but to me it doesn't seem worth it.
That's kind of overrated. Yeah. No, that I was
think
actually
it's kind of the
thinking
same
about
thing though. Like, I eat chocolate a lot. I don't eat ice cream that often. So if I'm gonna eat ice cream, like, I want it just to be the real ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. And on the Ninja Creamy, it's just another appliance, I feel like, too, that I have to wash every night and store somewhere.
I guess maybe if you're like a huge ice cream person, that's good if you like it. But I remember when like Halo Top and all of those were really popular, and I just never like, they always kind of had a little bit of a chalky texture to me. And also I think something goes back to like what even what we were just kind of talking about with like chewing your food and like the mental satisfaction. A lot of times I feel like if I eat that, I'm not like even satisfied from it. I still want something else. So like just give me the real deal, and I'll, it's richer, it's tastier. Maybe you have a little bit less, but like, I'm not into protein desserts.
Yeah. I actually used to eat Halo Top all the time, but I ran into that problem all the time. I would eat that and then just still want more because it just didn't quite do it for that craving. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just easier, in my opinion, to have the real thing, work the rest of your day around it, and the calories are equated, and you're eating, mostly whole, nutritious foods outside of that. One dessert, it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
just not a
I will
protein
say,
dessert
if
gal.
I'm going to do a protein dessert, and I'm doing like
Mhm.
air quotes because this isn't really dessert, but I'll do like a Greek yogurt. Like, have you ever had the
Mhm.
Painterland Sisters Greek yogurt?
I have not.
Oh
Is it
my
delicious?
gosh. It is the creamiest, most delicious
Ooh.
yogurt you will ever have.
Mm.
But they're like vanilla with a little bit of peanut butter and like some
Mhm.
chocolate chips. Like that,
Mhm.
I would rather have that than a Halo ice cream.
Oh yeah, I bet it tastes way better, and it's
So I'm
the
either doing the real deal or I'm doing like a Greek yogurt or
Yeah.
something. But the Painterland Sisters, if you want to sponsor the Habyt, like hit me up.
Yeah,
It
let
is
us
the
know.
best yogurt. I wish I
Okay,
had
I'll have
never
to look
found
at
it
that.
because it's
Where
kind of
did you get it?
expensive, but I get it at a little local place, but I think, do you have like a Sprouts or anything by
Yes.
you?
Mhm.
They have it at Sprouts.
Oh, okay.
But it is so good.
I'll have to
Like
try it out.
it's a dangerous thing to get on, and I apologize if you have to start buying it now because it is pricier, but
Yeah.
it is I can't go back to like any yogurt now.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't try it.
It's so
Dang.
good. So that's what
No,
I'm
I do
doing
wanna try
for
it.
dessert instead of Halo Top. Or I'm
Yes.
having like a chocolate chip cookie or dark chocolate, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I buy the Heavenly Hunks from Costco, and just one of those is great for me. I'm just like, that satisfies my little, sweet treat if I want it. And it's basically a cookie. And then I don't have to
Yeah.
make some high protein, not even high protein. That's the thing too that I hate about it is these protein desserts. They have like 7 grams of protein or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
they're
just not even
deceiving.
worth
They
it.
just have
Yeah.
a little bit more than the non-protein
Right.
version.
Right. And takes so
And they
much
probably
more
have
work.
like 100 extra ingredients in there.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. Just not worth it in my opinion. But
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah, well, that's all I've got for my hot takes off the top of my head.
I liked
I
that. I
will.
think my favorite one was the kiwi one. That one surprised me.
That one was
was
so
not
random.
expecting to talk about kiwis.
I just bought them and
But
I
it
was
is,
like,
I love those golden kiwis.
They're
They
so
are
good.
so good.
they're so much better than the regular ones. It's kind of wild. They're
I'm going to eat the skin on it
delicious.
next time. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, try it. Try it. I wouldn't just like bite into it, like cut it in like slices and then just eat it. And it's really like not that bad. I think it kind of gives it like a. I like sour. I don't know if you are like this, but I like sour candy and a little bit more sour fruits too. And so it kind of gives a little bit more of that flavor. So I really like it. I think it's good. But
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
let me know.
more of a
Let me know
mental
what you
thing.
think.
Like, I know you can eat it, but I just never
Mhm.
have. So I just don't.
Yep. But
But
I
I'm going to
do
do it.
think
2025, new me, new
that's
kiwis.
Kristen's goal. I do think it adds more fiber too, eating the skin.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Which-
Yeah.
That's how most
Yeah.
fruits are. So
Yeah.
get you
All right,
some
I'm gonna
extra
do it.
fiber in there. Okay, amazing. Well, thanks so much for joining us. This was fun. Again, totally lighthearted. You can completely disagree with us, but those are just some of our Habyt Coaches hot takes, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.